In this video, we'll delve into 10 of the most difficult Kundalini awakening symptoms, uncover why they're happening, and provide practical strategies to find immediate relief for these specific challenges. These things may be daunting, they might even be overwhelming, but they are signs of profound and deep transformation. Here are what I consider the top 10 most difficult Kundalini awakening symptoms a lot of people experience is intense waves of energy. These can feel like heat, they can feel like vibration, or it can just feel like electricity. Sometimes this is so intense and overwhelming and actually will paralyze you. That's what happened to me. I was actually in 3 years of intermittent paralysis. This happens because the Kundalini energy is clearing blockages. It's rewiring your nervous system to hold higher frequencies. And sometimes this takes you into the sympathetic nervous system state, which is the fight or flight state. And this brings with it heat, electric feelings. If you've ever had a panic attack, it makes you shaky. All of the symptoms that go with a kind of amped up sympathetic nervous system or the fight or flight mode that can come with this Kundalini awakening. And a lot of that is these energy surges. Of course, it only makes sense that the more you relax and allow this energy to move, the less overwhelming these surges will be. One of the best things that you can do for relief from this symptom is grounding practices. Walking barefoot, sitting on the ground, touching trees, touching the ground, eating root vegetables. This can all help to discharge excess energy and stabilize your system. People experience spontaneous movements, also known as kriyas. For me, these were pretty much always very pleasant. I had a few that were really uncomfortable, but some people experience these as not desirable at all. And they can look like uncontrollable shaking, jerking, body postures that can resemble yoga positions. This is all because the energy is clearing blockages again. These symptoms are usually, actually pretty much always, because the energy blocks are being cleared, and there might be resistance to that. These involuntary movements are releasing stored trauma, tension, and any resistance that you have to this energy flow. If you think of the body as a place where these memories get stored, this trauma gets stored, when we move in different positions, this energy can flow in different ways and clear that specific trauma or any kind of energy block. When the energy encounters some kind of obstruction, it forces the body to adjust, realign, and open different pathways so that this Kundalini energy can move freely. First of all, for relief, you want to allow these kriyas to happen, even if they're uncomfortable. You want to give them 15-20 minutes at least per day to do whatever they want. Maybe play some music, put some headphones on, and just let them move your body. You can also do gentle stretching, slow yoga, and make sure that it's peaceful yoga, and any kind of soothing pranayama or breath work will help these movements to kind of do what they need to do without your resistance, which is going to make it a much more peaceful process. I feel for people with this. This was something that I experienced so badly. Severe insomnia and sleep disturbances. I went months with, I swear, not sleeping more than 3 hours a night and feeling like there were dark entities in the room. I was so exhausted and I just could not fall asleep. Sometimes it was just super amounts of energy running through my body. There are many reasons why people experience insomnia. All of it has to do with, number one, as always, maybe you're resisting something, and maybe you're not even aware that you're resisting. It could be subconscious. A lot of this is just soothed by surrendering to it. But also, your nervous system can be really overstimulated because this Kundalini energy is kind of increasing your capacity to hold more light, more energy, and that takes some adjusting. And while all of this energy is being processed in the body, sometimes it prevents deeper sleep. One of the best ways to relieve this is through yoga nidra. This is an incredible practice. There are so many yoga nidra videos on YouTube that you can look up. They're all wonderful. They're all going to help you to soothe your nervous system and actually fall asleep. You can also do deep belly breathing right before bed to just let your body know it's time for sleep. Especially if you do this every night, it kind of gives your body the cue it's time to rest. stressed. I created a free Kundalini Awakening Symptom Relief Guide. Sign up to receive that below. Another super, super difficult one that I went through when I see people that I work with one-on-one and in groups, they experience this a lot. Actually, this is one of the symptoms or challenges that I feel like most people go through. Very few people escape this, and that is sudden and unexpected emotional upheaval and extreme mood swings. This is, of course, once again, stored energy being released. Sometimes this energy of emotion comes out in the form of bliss and peace or deep feelings of oneness. Like, these emotions are not always negative. It's just that they swing wildly all over the place. And the reason for this is because Kundalini energy is bringing unconscious emotions to the surface for processing, for healing. And this is a lot of times just unexpected. We may not even know why these feelings are coming up, what the root cause of them are. It doesn't matter. It's coming up to be worked with and through. And the key is that they need to be processed. They need to be fully felt before they can be released or transcended and transmuted so that you can live in this higher awareness as a divine being. There are so many things that you can do to bring some relief to this. Journaling is great. If you're somebody who you're experiencing so many of these symptoms that it's hard for you to do a lot of the deeper meditations, journaling is great. Doing nice conscious breath work is wonderful. Most importantly, it is crucial that you allow these emotions to arise and you fully feel them without judgment, without fear, without any kind of resistance. You just allow them to be there as they are. And if you can, go deeper into that and love these parts of yourself. That's what shadow work is. So you're doing shadow work. Every time you bring up an emotion, you allow it to be there. You just observe it with full acceptance and maybe even unconditional love that transmutes it into light. Then there is identity transcendence, or a loss of a personal self to some level. To have a complete ego death is really, I feel like, not possible for a human that needs to live in a body, because we need to understand that we're separate from the door handle in order to open the door. So I don't necessarily feel like that's even desirable. That's not the goal. But there is definitely this dissolving of ego layers. And this can really be wonderful ultimately. But in the beginning, it makes you feel confused. It makes you feel detached and even dissociated. And some people have an extreme existential crisis of just not knowing who they are, not knowing why they're alive at all. And this can be so, so uncomfortable. And like I just mentioned, this happens because Kundalini is dismantling the ego and the false sense of self, which can make you feel like you're losing everything. It makes you feel like you're dying sometimes. You're shifting from an individual with this mind-based experience to a more expansive divine state of being, which allows you to live in oneness. For relief, you want to go into this ego dissolution. And I would say, of course, always ground. That's extremely important. So do the grounding practices, but also any kind of self-inquiry practice that you can do, reminding yourself that you are not the mind, you are not the body, you're not the ego, you're so much more than that. That will help you to work with the Kundalini energy to transcend the ego, which is ultimately what it really wants to do. And this will help you to kind of stabilize this energy. It won't be unexpected. Crown and third eye pressure or sensations. People get very intense headaches or tingling, pressure, all kinds of stuff happens through the higher chakras, the third eye, but for me, mostly it was in the crown. And this occurs because as the Kundalini energy moves up to these higher chakras, it activates higher states of consciousness, perception, insight, and it actually changes the nature of the brain. Your brain is growing. If you look into it, science will tell you, I'm not going to get too into it in this video, it's way beyond the scope of this video, but your brain actually starts to change in its structure with meditation. It grows more gray matter. So that's part of the headaches. But also on a more kind of subtle energetic level, your energy channels are expanding to hold more light and divine awareness. So of course you're going to feel crazy things happening up here. Find relief by giving yourself some gentle massage. This is very grounding on the skull, on the face. And also, one of the biggest things that you can do is bring your attention and your breath, breathe into the root chakra. This brings the energy to a place of grounding in the root. Number 7, another super common one that I hear all the time is heart palpitations and chest pressure. There's a strong heart activity with this Kundalini awakening. You can feel this in so many different ways. It's because the heart chakra is expanding and opening. When the Kundalini energy starts to move into the heart center, it breaks down a lot of old emotional barriers. So this can be accompanied with some emotions that come up. But even if it's just physical sensations of pressure or heart palpitations, it's emotional wounds being cleared so that you can experience more and more unconditional love and oneness. For relief, it's awesome to practice some heart coherence breathing. So just breathing into the heart and maybe feeling gratitude or love. Any kind of heart opening yoga can also help. Practice loving kindness meditation. Again, you want to work with this energy to open the heart. Sensory overload and sensitivity. This is extremely common. People have increased sensitivity to light, to sound, to external stimuli, to people and what they say, or even for me, something that was huge and still continues to be huge this day is I cry very easily when my heart is touched. When I see a man proposing to a woman or a woman with a baby in her arms that she's being very loving and attentive to, it just brings up a lot of emotion in me. My heart feels very open, but sometimes it's overwhelming. It's too much. I'm so sensitive, and this is one of the most common symptoms that people experience on this journey. Your senses are extremely heightened because your awareness is expanding beyond the scope of your body and mind, sometimes beyond the physical world. This happens because Kundalini is refining your perception, making you more attuned to subtle energies, which of course are also sound and people's energy. The relief can happen when you limit overstimulating stuff. You can use noise-canceling headphones while you're out in public, and spend as much time as you can in silence and in nature. Feeling disconnected from reality is a very common sign. There's this sense of detachment from the physical world, from your body, from time, and from people. Kundalini shifts your consciousness in strange and mysterious ways and makes the material world feel much less real. As your energy moves through the higher states, the higher dimensions, and the higher chakras especially, this is so. This detachment is temporary. First of all, know that. And it's part of the transition from the ego-based perception to a more unified, expansive awareness, to oneness, ultimately. The relief is, of course, grounding as much as you can, and make a routine out of this. Cooking, cleaning, walking can all be part of grounding, but you can also do grounding meditations, grounding breath work as part of your day-to-day self-care. A big one, and something that I really feel for people, is extreme fatigue and physical weakness. There's this deep exhaustion that a full night's sleep just won't fix. And this is happening as your body is adjusting to higher frequencies and to being able to hold more light. Your body is using enormous amounts of energy to restructure itself on a cellular level and on an energetic level. The fatigue is a sign that deep integration is happening. Your system needs a lot of rest, kind of like a newborn baby. You are being born again. Babies need a lot of sleep so that they can integrate all that they're learning constantly, kind of how to be human. You can think of it that way. You're learning to be a divine being. It takes a lot of energy. Your body is learning. Your energy system is learning. Make sure that you honor your rest cycles. Notice when you have more energy, and in those times, get things done. Take naps and make sure that you are sleeping. Avoid overexertion. This is not the time to do vigorous physical exercise. And again, make sure that you download the free Kundalini Awakening Symptom Relief Guide below so that you can navigate this with more peace. You can bring more peace into the whole process. all of these symptoms can feel really overwhelming, but they are all part of the Kundalini purification process that leads up to ultimately full awakening, living with an awake energy in your body, this awake Kundalini. And the more that you trust the process and you support your body, the smoother and more peaceful this journey will be. I hope that this video was helpful, guys. I will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get all kinds of videos about Kundalini awakening, making the journey a little bit smoother and more peaceful. And of course, the ultimate goal of this Kundalini awakening, moving into embodying divinity.